The terrified woman, bullied into meeting a man she had communicated with online, was raped by him in a Carlisle school car park. Ryan Neal, 23, carried out the horrific attack after giving the woman an ultimatum, demanding that she give sex or cash or else he would post sexual images of her on social media websites. At Carlisle Crown Court, the defendant, of Lingmoor Way, Harraby, pleaded guilty to a single count of rape. The prosecution earlier dropped additional charges he faced of blackmail and witness intimidation. Anna Forsyth, prosecuting, said Neal and the woman had made contact on Snapchat, and as the online relationship developed, they had mutually exchanged sexual messages and images. They agreed to meet on October 14, 2021, said the barrister. But prior to that, the woman checked his Facebook page and realized that he was significantly younger than she had initially thought. As a result of that, she cancelled the meeting. But Neal, angered by this, began threatening the woman, demanding that she either gave him £100 in cash or she had sex with him, or if she did not, he would post the sexual images he had of her on social media. Despite her pleading for him to stop threatening her, he insisted she had to choose between giving him money or sex, otherwise he would act on his threat to make public her private sexual images. Not having the cash and terrified of what he might do, the woman agreed to meet Neal, driving into Carlisle to meet him. After driving to the car park of the Richard Rose Martin Academy, he raped her. There was clear evidence that the woman did not consent to sex and only met Neal as a result of her fear and his threats, said Ms. Forsyth. It was later that night when Neal contacted the woman again to demand money that she contacted the police, triggering a police investigation. He was arrested on October 16, 2021, at his home, where police found him hiding beneath a sofa. After he was released, he again contacted the woman, telling her that contacting the police was the biggest mistake of her life. The court heard that Neal had 26 offenses on his criminal record, including 2 domestic violence offenses against a former partner. In a statement, the victim said she struggled with anger and found it difficult to sleep as she played over in her mind what happened. She was unable to continue with her job. Her mental health has been significantly impacted, said Ms. Forsyth. She no longer has the energy or motivation to go out. Tim Lesson, defending, said Neal had accepted responsibility for his crime, which he blamed on drink and drugs. He does have remorse, said the barrister. Judge Nicholas Barker told Neal. You knew she was highly vulnerable because of the shame she would feel if you disclosed those images in a public way. You took advantage of that vulnerability. You exploited it. The woman had felt bullied, said the judge, and she was so fearful she felt she had no choice. There was an aspect of blackmail involved in Neal's offending, said Judge Barker. He jailed Neal for 7 years and 7 months. The defendant will be on the sex offender register for life. After the case, Detective Constable Hein van der West praised the woman's courage in coming forward. The officer said of the defendant, Neal is an evil man who failed to accept any responsibility for what he did until the very end.